Hi, so this is a little video on subject headings. This is something we covered in Brian's class in research methods. So it's a review. So subject headings are applied to articles and they are entered into the databases uh, when the article is added to the database. And this is done by a third party. It's not done by the author. So what is it? It's comes from a controlled vocabulary. It's predefined and specific. It is a very precise way to describe a concept or an idea in a database. It is less flexible than just doing a keyword search. You must use the exact subject heading to find that concept. But when you do that, you're going to find exactly what you're looking for. So that, like I said, it's going to give you what you're looking for. And if you're looking for example, for articles on strokes, and you enter that subject heading strokes, articles that contain that concept or that idea on strokes will be in your search results. So sometimes there may be subheadings with your subject headings, and those subheadings are ways of narrowing your search or focusing the search when you do that. But this is something that I would ignore when I'm doing a subject heading search or applying subject headings to my search, because I'm going to use the rest of my search to refine the ideas that I'm looking for. The nice thing about using subject headings is you get very relevant results. So I'm going to talk a little bit about subject heading organization. So here's a very loose example of how subject headings are organized in a database. What you see is that you have rehabilitation. That's a broader concept. And under rehabilitation, you will have other ideas or other concepts reflected by the subject headings of, let's say, occupational therapy, physical therapy, etc. And with underneath physical therapy, you'll have even more specific concepts that are related to physical therapy, such as electric stimulation therapy. So this is how subject headings are organized in databases. It's called a tree structure. Rehabilitation is the broader concept, thicker part of the tree branch, and then the other terms underneath it are the narrower branches related to that concept. Exploding. This is something you'll see in some databases regarding subject headings. It allows you to search a broader concept, and by choosing to explode it, you will capture those narrower terms. So if I go back to this slide about rehabilitation, if I exploded the concept of rehabilitation, I would get all of these subject heading terms and the related articles included in my search results. So that's what exploding does. Some databases such as PubMed automatically explode for you, and other ones you have to choose to do that function. We'll be going into Ovid MEDLINE, so we'll take a look at how to do that in Ovid MEDLINE. It's important to note that in some databases, they can define a major subject heading for an article. So they'll categorize the different subject headings, and we'll take a look at that in a little bit. But some subject headings are designated as a major subject heading, so it means that the focus of that article is on that subject. So I'm going to show you a slide here of what where subject headings appear in an Ovid Medline search, and you can see them down here. I'll blow that up in a little bit here, but yeah, exactly, that's where they are. And if I enlarge that a little bit, you can see that this particular article talked about subject headings being about aged. That's a group. It's ankle, and you see that little asterisk beside the ankle there, or in front of the ankle. That means this is a major subject heading. So this article is about ankles, athletic tape, going back to our example concept for search for this whole tutorial series. This is going to be about kinesiology, or K-tape, and strokes. And we can see that the other major concept is about stroke rehabilitation. And all of these other aspects are what this article is about. So searching using these terms are going to give us very defined results when we do our search using the subject headings. So I'm going to flip the screen now to an Ovid Medline search and show you how to find subject headings using Ovid Medline. So let's see, sorry, as I look to the side here, make sure I find the right one. So I am in Ovid Medline, and I've pre-typed in the term physical therapy in that. And I'm going to see how this database helps me find the subject headings on physical therapy. So we'll just go ahead and click search. And it's going to give me, the way this database is set up, the list of subject headings on physical therapy. And you can see here that's physical therapy modalities. If I want a definition of that subject heading and how it's used by this database, I'll click on the scope note, which is over here on the side. And it's going to give me the scope note, which is this definition here. And it's also the important thing to look at and to understand is that these used for terms. And how does that work with subject headings? Well, an article written by an author is going to have the concept that has a concept of physical therapy in it, or physical therapy modalities in it, is going to, different terms can be used to describe that. And all of these terms sort of describe physical therapy modalities, right? So if a paper is about physical therapy modalities and it used any one of these terms, that third-party person that I mentioned earlier is going to give that article this subject heading of physical therapy modalities. So it doesn't matter what you search in terms of, or what you're looking for. If you're looking for physical therapies, if that's the term you're using, or physiotherapies, or let's see what else is in here. You also have neurological physiotherapy. Any one of these is going to all have this same subject heading. So when you search on that, you're going to get all the articles on physical therapy modalities. So I'm going to hit the back button here. I can go to see where that sits in that branch structure that I talked about earlier. I'll click on that. And if I scroll down a little bit, you can see here's physical therapy modalities. And here it lists all the different types of physical therapy modalities. If you see a little plus sign beside that, that means that there are even narrower terms underneath that. And yeah, so if I wanted to do a search, and I'm not really concerned with my search about the very specific type of physical therapy modalities, I just want to find all of them, I can do that explode. So if I look at the top here, you can see that this column is the explode column. And I go back down, I would put explode in that, click on continue. Here are those subheadings that I was talking about. It's a way of refining that search, but this is not a good place to do that. Use the rest of your search to refine your search. So I'll click continue again. And here's what I get as results. I get almost 160,000 articles on physical therapy modalities. And every one of these articles will be about physical therapy modality in one form or another. Some of the articles, it'll be a very small part of it, but it's still in that article. And in other articles, it'll be a large part of that. So that's what subject headings are. They're an important part of your search process, and you need to apply that when you're doing the advanced searching that you need to for this particular course and this particular project. And it's part of that whole protocol in terms of identifying the information you are looking for in your project to identify those subject headings. So great, thank you very much.